Okay, now we have a game against Savon.
Yeah, that game has a small story also because it was played in Sinaia in
Ru-
1965.
Romania, okay.
Yes, and it was decisive game between our two teams, the Soviet team and our team. Of course, the Soviet team was also very strong, but it was decisive because if we could beat the Soviets, we had a very good chance to win the championship, the world championships. To the big
Mm,
surprise also. Okay, our team was also strong enough, but the Soviet team was better, on paper like this, as always, you see.
yeah.
So I played Savon. In that time, he was the Soviet champion, my opponent. All right, so I played with white against the so-called Scheveningen variation for black in Sicilian. So this is Scheveningen, this line, until now. So we could transpose, if white plays here instead of bishop d3, bishop c4 after a6 is the Sozin variation from Najdorf, or Sozin variation for the normal line, the main line from Sicilian after knight c6. If white plays instead of bishop c4, bishop g5, is again the Richter-Rauser variation. In both cases, with bishop g5 is the so-called Richter-Rauser. After a6 or knight c6. All right. After bishop d3, we have a normal line later on from Paulsen. This we transpose into Paulsen later on. So okay, move by move. A6. All right. Castle. Knight bd7. I played it also with black many times. It's a good line for black. So b5, very quickly. I mean, he wants to put the bishop on b7, have some counterplay. A3 is all right. We can play also without a3, but a3 was probably considered the best move here to stop the idea before and prepare something on the other side, with f4, queen f3. This is normal line. See, theory f4, okay, bishop e7, queen f3, and knight c5. Okay, after knight c5, rook e1, white prepared everything. Now, okay, he has time to castle. Well, this is one of the main positions from this line. And here, the first important moment, queen h3. White prepares the attack on the other side, and gives you the chance to go wrong immediately. To go wrong immediately, that means to win a pawn from e4. I mean, if you take now the pawn from e4, you are lost, black.
Why?
For instance, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, bishop takes e4 or knight takes e4. Okay, we take twice in e4, Yeah, and now after bishop takes, knight takes e6, and you can resign with black. Because if you are forced to take in e6, you lose at least a pawn.
Yes.
If not, you lose at least the exchange. Okay. All right, of course. Everybody knows and nobody takes in e4. No? But it was still possible to go wrong.
Yeah.
So he took in d3, which is okay. I mean, it's a good idea. At least he gets rid of this very dangerous bishop from d3. All right, knight d7, and now white has to show what is the idea, to try to attack, here. Okay, bishop f6, normal, rook f1, everything is prepared, for the final attack. But, it looks very dangerous, but white doesn't have too much, So, all right, if black defends very well, I mean, yeah. All right, knight c5, bishop f2, and rook c8. Well, everything very logical. Black wants to have counterplay, very strong counterplay on the central squares, on the queen side also. Now, what to do now? How can you do something? Queen h5 tries to provoke some weaknesses, The idea is to come immediately with the rook in h3. If you arrive in h3 with tempo, black has some trouble, big trouble also, So, okay, it's move by move again. g6, queen back, but now at least we provoked a small weakness,
Yeah.
All right, queen h3 back, bishop g7. And now the next move is very surprising because you never attack with the rook before the pawns, But now white, what did I play here? Rook g3. This was, a little bit surprising because now you have the rook before the pawn. I mean, the pawn is still in g2, but we want to attack by playing immediately f5. This is a threat, f5. Now again it's move by move. If black has time to play here, f5 is very good for black. But he has no time because after f5, we have time to play b4 and black is probably lost already. If we attack the knight and we have the chance to attack in e6, we win, If he plays f5.
Because
Of
this
course.
one
it's
become
too weak. Yeah,
too
too
weak.
weak. Okay, he doesn't play f5. No. All right. So again, he waits with rook c7. He defends everything and he waits. All right. Now we attack f5. All right. We realized our plan, but black has counterplay. It's not clear at all who is better here. So therefore, it's move by move. But black has to be very careful. It looks he defended very well, but white continues the initiative. It's not so easy to defend here. Yeah. So right, rook e5 and bishop e3. We move the bishop back into attack. The idea is to come to g5 or to h6. So now bishop c8, excellent move, defensive move, very good move. Bishop h5, h6. And now bishop f6. Of course, he doesn't take. If he takes in h6, he's probably lost. Again, too many weaknesses. Queen takes with a fantastic threat, f6 immediately, and rook h3. So it's too much.
Yeah.
So bishop f6. Now knight f4. And we have this position. This is maximum for white and very good defense for black. So now what to do? You have to demonstrate what is your idea, how you can continue here with white.
Yes.
So knight h5. White gives a piece for a very strong initiative. But okay, it's a piece, still, if you don't win quickly or if you don't have enough, black is winning,
Yes.
So, okay, he probably in the next 2-3 moves, he overstepped a little bit the limit. He thought probably everything is all right, I have, very good defense. I don't lose immediately, And now it's time for me, for him, to try to, to show that I am better, And all right, after queen takes h5, what did he play? Rook d5, yeah.
Yes.
Rook d5. And now queen g4. Now is the next very important moment. Now he can try to show what happens. He can take in d4 with check. He can play rook takes d4. And, is a problem. What do you play with black, you have to take a decision. If he could take with the bishop in d4 with check, white, if he wants, he can accept draw by playing queen takes g4, and then bishop g7 is enough for draw,
So here, what you play?
Queen takes d4 is enough for draw. But white wants to win. I'm not sure what, after so many years, I don't really remember what did I want to do. But okay, I don't risk anything. White doesn't risk anything because you have always draw at least, But what did he play? He played...
he took with the rook.
He took with the rook. And now black is lost in this position by force, So now bishop g7 check. So now you have time to take with check in f6. And now he loses in every position. He loses at least the exchange. And the attack continues, Everything is forced. He has to take in g4. Rook takes g4 check. Well, now the complications are over and white is winning. And we take in d8. Now we look at the position, exchange up for white, and the attack continues. Black is lost in any position.
Yes.
So, okay, I tell you, if he played the best moves, probably he could save. But all right, he played very sharp. It was such a game. We played by team. You have to try for your team also. And well, he tries now to continue, but he's lost in any case. So all right, check. very nice until the end. Rook G7. Now, any endgame, if we have time to take in A7, is hopeful is hopeless for black. So king there, and now king back with tempo. Rook back with tempo. Now he has to move the knight.
But why
He has no time to take in B2 because he loses at least the knight after bishop G7 check.
okay.
Yeah.
But why you didn't took here?
No, because I want to continue the attack against the king. He's almost mate,
Okay.
So, all right. So now everything forced, you see. Check, and then he goes there. Now with tempo before. Now what to do?
He resigned.
He resigned. Why? Because after knight A4, probably the only move, after rook C1, again, almost mate, and in 2-3 moves. He loses at least a piece, here.
Knight A4?
Knight A4, not E4.
A4, sorry.
A4, not to lose the knight.
Yes.
Now rook C1, and the deadly threat is bishop F6 check. A fantastic threat,
Yeah.
Well, very nice game, but with some small mistakes, Small mistakes, but okay.
Big consequence.
This is Sicilian, You play like this is Sicilian.
This is Sicily.
Well, that was Sicilian in our time. Now everything is computer, so because of the small machine, everything is changed,
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You're welcome.